Hello everyone. Today we are here at World Delhi Book Fair 2026 and today we have with us the author Mr. Narendranath Mishra with his book 50 Lessons from Ramayan for Corporate Excellence. Hello sir, it's pleasure to have you. We'll be having a discussion around the book, like what was sir's thought and what are readers going to get from the book. So sir, I'll ask a simple question for the beginning, like what inspired you to write this book?
The lessons from Ramayana is actually relevant for all era. So, Lord Brahma, while asking sage Valmiki to write Ramayana, he told one sloka which is relevant for all time. The sloka is Yabat Stayanti Giryasa Saritascha Mahitale Tabadram Ramayana Katha Lokesu Pracharisyati. It means as long as there is mountain and sea in the universe, till that time, people will be remembering Ramayana and getting inspired by it. So Ramayana is relevant for all time, all ages, and this attempt is to give 50 lessons, particularly for corporate sector.
So there are usually discussions that is Ramayan a myth or history. So would you elaborate on that?
So Ramayana is our history. In our Hindu granthas, there are two granthas, namely Ramayana and Mahabharata, which are basically lived life. These are our history, which is documented and preserved for all the generations to learn from it. So if you look at the Sanskrit or the Hindi name of history is Itihasa. It means Itihasa. It is basically something which has happened in past. And another proof of Ramayana being itihas and factual is that throughout Mahabharata, whenever there is a challenge, people are quoting about Ramayan's characters. Whenever there is a challenge on leadership or ethics, then sages talk about Ram's character and leadership. Whenever there is an example on collaboration, people talk about Ram and Sugriva's collaboration. So that is why Ramayana is history. It is not a myth.
Okay, sir. Coming on to that, while writing these lessons, what was that one aspect of your professional journey that you saw more clearly?
So one of the things which I value a lot is about collaboration and mutual respect. The alliance between Ram and Sugriv. It is an alliance between God and a monkey king. But Lord Ram used to give Sugriv equal respect as a leader and as a friend. So collaboration means respecting the other partner. And while meeting commitment, Lord Ram first kills Bali, then he expects Sugriv to follow him for finding out Devi Sita. So it shows that in collaboration we must help the other person first, and we must respect them. So this is a learning which I could relate with my style of management.
Like while writing, did you ever feel that people will find this book too philosophical for a corporate life?
So if you look at Ramayana, Ramayana is basically lived experiences, and Lord Ram has actually gone through a lot of difficulties, like going to the forest for 14 years, his wife getting kidnapped, and he has handled that with a lot of equanimity, heightened spirit, and with utmost integrity and ethics. So today's corporate world, the most important aspect is ethics, value-based leadership, and continuous learning to improve. I think Ramayana is an ideal example of that. So that is why it is more work-oriented, job-oriented, rather being philosophical.
So when we talk about Ramayan, there is another thing that we also talk about is Mahabharata. So what are the key similarities, or I could say, differences between Ramayan and Mahabharata?
So Ramayana is an ideal way of life. Mahabharata is actually real life, how we deal with it. So Mahabharata is far more realistic in current context, but Ramayana is something which everyone needs to aspire. The other thing is that Ramayana is a comparatively simplistic epic, and Mahabharata is much more complex, and there are multi characters in Mahabharata, and it's much longer.
So as we know that the book is divided into four parts. One is for beginners, and then it is for middle managers, CEOs, and retirement. So can you tell that one lesson from each of these for the readers and for the leaders, what they can get from that?
So, for the ease of the corporate life, it starts with the beginners. Then it talks about the middle managers, CEOs, and also about retirement life. So the first 10 lessons is about the beginners. This can be relevant for new joinees or or students. So here the key learning is that one needs to maintain timeline. So many times whenever you work on a project or anything, we don't maintain the timeline. What Lord Ram taught us is that when he wanted to reach Lanka, the Ram Setu was built in 5 days. That is how he could actually enter Lanka in time. That is about beginners. About middle manager, one of the key learning among the 15 lessons which I have written is about the learning from Jambavan. So Hanuman did not know its strength. It was a leader like Jamban who actually created that belief in Hanuman that he can cross the sea and he has all the strength and power. So one of the key roles of middle manager is to invigorate the youngsters, motivate them, and make them realize their power. So coming to the third category, which is the CEO. So there are 20 lessons which I have written. So one of the lessons which I always find relevant is about mantra syndrome. I personally believe that every organization has a mantra. It might be small, it might be big, but mantra is there everywhere. So mantras are basically unauthorized people. Like in case of Ramayan, the mantra was a maid. He was not an advisor to the queen. But despite her not having any authority and having ulterior motive, she could change the entire Ramayan's flow and history. So CEOs need to be very much aware that people who are close to him, psychophants, can actually misguide them and need to be constantly conscious about it. They should create a culture of openness, transparency, so that mantras don't prosper. Now, the last one, which is the retirement. The retirement must happen with grace and in time. When Lord Ram left Ayodhya, he left at the peak of his power. He was not asked to go. He chose to go. And when he was leaving, the entire Ayodhya, including animals, birds, everybody was following him with love and respect. So as a leader, you must choose your time and go in a time where you are at the peak of your success. Many times the leaders cling on to the post and don't live on time, so their legacies don't become that successful. So leaders must live on time. Thank you, sir.
So, as each of the lesson and each of the chapter has something, if a reader randomly lands on a page, what is that one emotion or feeling they will find after reading any page of the book?
So these are 50 curated stories from Ramayana, and these are not sequential. So this is a learning book. So in a learning book, whether you read chapter 1 or 50, each are different. So you can actually start from chapter 1 to 50, or you can start any lesson at any point of time. Whenever you read any lesson, you will be able to learn about that lesson independently. So that is the beauty of this book. You don't need to read sequentially necessarily.
So, we come to a fun session, which is this or that. So, value based leadership or performance driven leadership style?
In essence, both are required. But if one has to choose between these two, value-based leadership will have a priority.
Next is reflective decision making or data first decision making?
Uh, Again, you need both. But for a complex decision making, reflective decision making will prevail over database decision making.
Next is trusting your intuition or seeking counsel like Ram did.
Seeking counsel is always helpful. If Ram would not have taken the opinion of Jambavan, Bibhisan, Hanuman, and others, then it would have been far more difficult to succeed in a short time. So that is why consultation is always important.
Leadership style of Ram or leadership style of Krishna?
So Ram is basically the ideal human being one should become, and Krishna is about real life decisioning in a complex scenario. Ram is about leading from front. Krishna is about coaching. Uh, Ram is about perfection. Krishna is about taking balanced decision in a very difficult situation.
Learning from failure or learning from success?
Uh, Learning from failure, because if you see the entire Ramayana, most of the learnings are coming from difficult times, forest days. So that is why it is always about failure and difficulties.
Last question for this segment is writing inspired by lived experiences or discipline?
I think lived experiences will always help to write better, because these are something which you have experienced yourself.
When we come to real life things, so if Ramayan's character worked, who do you think would make the most effective CEO?
It's an easy answer. So Ram will be the ideal CEO. So and I'll just tell about three things about Ram as a CEO. So Ram may not be the most audacious or visible CEO, but Ram will be the most value-driven, inclusive CEO. Ram would be the most collaborative CEO, and Ram would be a CEO who shares the wealth with the team and don't take the limelight. So that is why Ram will be the ideal CEO for the current corporate world.
And to conclude, one last lesson for people who are retiring from.
Uh, so what Lord Ram has taught us is that every great king has its own time. So when your time comes, please retire gracefully and pass on the baton and create your strong second line so that your legacy can remain.
Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful discussion. This is here to all the readers and viewers who are looking at this interview. So, 50 lessons from Ramayan for corporate excellence. If you feel it's just for corporate people, no, it's for students, it's for beginners, it's for everybody. Ramayan is our history, so each and everyone can learn from it. So, please purchase this book and share your reviews. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.